Exchange, hot and cold wallets. What is a crypto exchange? A crypto exchange is a platform in which you can buy and sell crypto. You can use exchanges to trade one crypto for another, converting like Bitcoin to Litecoin, for example, or to buy crypto using regular currency like the US dollar. Most of those have like a password and two-step identification and verifications. What are hot and cold crypto wallets? A hot wallet is connected to the internet and could be vulnerable to online attacks, which could lead to stolen funds, but it's faster and makes it easier to trade or spend crypto. And a cold wallet is typically not connected to the internet. So while it may be more secure, it's less convenient. A hot for many people. But if it's something where it's like, let's say you purchase a full Bitcoin and you didn't want to leave it online, you would put it onto like your cold wallet, which means it's offline. And so once again, hot is an online wallet, cold is an offline wallet. Some two major hot online wallets are MetaMask.io, which is predominantly Ethereum tokens, and then Phantom.app, which is Solana's marketplace. So those two right there are very popular. There was a fake Solana platform called Phantom with an Phantom that was circulating at one point. So just be careful. Those websites come up and they come down. Just be careful that you're on a real site. Once again, you can use the blockchain or websites like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko to verify these things. Now, when it comes to cold ledgers, wallets, you could look at like Ledger Nano X and Trezor. Those are two of the most popular ones right now that a lot of people utilize. Now, another thing I also want you guys to understand about the exchanges, one of the tricks that I do when it comes to exchanges is that I might use a popular exchange like Gemini, Coinbase, or Crypto.com to purchase my tokens, and then you could push them over to a major wallet, such as the MetaMask or Phantom. And then when interested in purchasing NFTs, sometimes just purchasing and using an exchange could sometimes lower your gas fees. So like Coinbase has a Coinbase Pro and the gas fees are lower. One of the negative things about exchanges, which a lot of people don't like, one is that with a lot of these exchanges, it's harder to remain anonymous because they want to have a picture of your ID and all kinds of verification. And so one of the cool things about a lot of these wallets, like the MetaMask of the world and Phantom of the world, is that if you never wanted to upload your ID, you potentially could, but just be limited as to how much of your money you can pull out at a time. I think the average is 25 Bitcoin. And so right now, I think Bitcoin's at about 38 or 39,000. So if you're not pulling out 25 times 39,000, you're basically fine and you can pull out your money at your leisure. But keep in mind that, once again, when you're looking at your wallet and your exchanges, your exchange has a regular password. And one of the most important things to think about when it comes to a wallet is that you get a private key and a recovery phrase. Those two things are so important to not lose, one. And two, if you lose them, you lose access to your money a majority of the times. So like rather it's MetaMask or a external cold wallet like the Ledger Nano or Trezor, oftentimes I would hear people say, oh my God, I heard someone lost access to all their Bitcoin. What happened? Well, sometimes they might just forget what their private key was, or they might lose the physical cold wallet, which is, remember, once again, that external wallet. It looks like a chip. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It looks like a hard drive. And so if you lose that, you lose the money that is on there. So please keep in mind that if you're going to do that, you want to be very, very mindful of what you're doing. Another thing I will say, when I was talking about domain names and where you can purchase your online identity, I almost forgot Unstoppable Domains. So unstoppabledomains.com allows you to sync with your wallet, your email address. And although ENS domains only allows you to utilize Ethereum and a wallet to purchase, you can actually use a credit card to purchase on Unstoppable Domains and purchase your name. And so that's where you get like your .crypto or your .bitcoin, or like all these different domain names, potential domain names that you're able to purchase. And why are they so cool? Imagine you want to accept Bitcoin from a client, you can utilize that. And then there's also Web3 websites that you can build on their platforms, and the list continues. And unlike a regular website, you don't have a monthly you don't have to monthly pay or yearly pay to have your domain. With Unstoppable Domains, you purchase it one time and you're done. Whereas ENS domains, you do have a yearly price, and sometimes you have to deal with gas fees, which we'll talk about that later. Oh, I will say one more thing, Gemini. I list it here because a lot of people in the United States utilize it. But like, let's say if you're in Europe, you might want to use like Kraken or something of that nature, or Binance. Me personally, Binance is one of my favorite European ones to utilize. But one thing I will mention about Gemini is that there are lots of bureaucracies. And so there's things called like crypto IRA accounts where, like, let's say you right now are investing in a 401k. There are different crypto IRA accounts like Neighbors, NABERS, which will allow you to invest into crypto tax-free. And so Neighbors has a relationship with Gemini. And the thing about that is with Gemini, what you'll notice is that sometimes there's a lock on the account where you have to actually send them an email to release and give yourself permission to push money over to a wallet. And then you have to be mindful to not commingle funds and things of that nature. But it sounds a little bit more intimidating than it actually is. But I would say, once again, there are a lot of crypto IRA accounts that are popping up nowadays that are really good. And imagine investing in crypto tax-free with your 401k and, 529 or whatever other plans, SEP IRAs and things of that nature. And so that's something. And I don't know about the 529 yet, but I do know with like your SEP IRA and other plans, whether you're a teacher or regular person, these are things that you can be doing to invest tax-free into crypto. So with that said, just keep that in mind as well. Oh, and I do not like Coinbase's wallet as of right now. I feel like their fees are astronomical and they don't do enough to mitigate those fees. But I know they're using like multiple platforms to always find supposedly the cheapest fee. But I've had fees that were higher on Coinbase wallet per se. So once again, although Coinbase has its own wallet, I might use their exchange, but I might not use their wallet, especially because I like to remain as anonymous as possible. One thing I want to shout out to Binance and let anyone in the United States know, or if you're visiting the US and you live someplace like in Europe or Africa and you're using Binance, please keep in mind this little note right here that says Binance is unable to provide services to the US, et cetera, et cetera. If you're not using a VPN, one of the things that might happen is that they might shut down your account and think that, like, especially if you're just visiting the US, they might think that you're American. And, the Binance.us platform is not as in my opinion, I don't love it as much as I like the European version of Binance. It has way more trades, the fees are lower, the list continues. But if you're visiting the United States, or if you live in the United States, I'm not saying to do anything crazy, but if you do use a VPN, just be mindful that you might want to have your VPN stationed in like Spain or someplace else, because if it's stationed in the United States, they will lock you down. And one of my friends who used to work for Binance let me know this hack, which was that Binance has computers basically searching to see if a person's IP address 1 minute was in Spain, and then 2 hours later was like in France, and then like 3 hours later is in like Germany, and then back to Spain in one day. And so it would automatically unwhitelist you. So be mindful of what you're doing and the hacks that you're doing in this space. And then just for anybody who didn't know, this is what MetaMask.io looks like, their platform. I mention it because it is one of the most utilized for a lot of my clients and people when it comes to wallets. And MetaMask is an online wallet, aka a hot wallet. And so you can add multiple networks. And then on the left right here, you see Phantom. And so Phantom, once again, is Solana's #1 wallet. And so if you're on Magic Eden and different websites like that, that's something to also keep in mind that you can utilize. Now, there's 1,000,001 other like exchanges that people are utilizing that are great. But so that's just something I would definitely tell you about as well. And somebody said Trader Joe. Shout out to Trader Joe. I have seen good gas fees on it, but not so many people utilize it. And one thing I will say is I've noticed in this space for a lot of exchanges that sometimes hackers will try to go after the ones people don't utilize as much or don't know about, or there's, an infiltration point. And then after that happens, they up their security even further. And so there's a million more, but you got to get the point.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.